How would you assess that first one overall?
Probably the same way you would. We know a lot what's going on in our room with the other faces that are fans, and there's a lot of questions and anticipation of. And I'm talking about Spencer Lee and Rio Woods and things like that. So we know what's going on there, but I'll tell you what, don't tell Drew Bennett that. I mean, there were some good performances with some new faces. So good job. Teskey comes to mind. He was in here for a long time. So good for him.
The decisions for today at 33 and 57, what went into those?
33 and starting to iron itself out in the wrestling room. That's not saying that, that we're decided there, but as we get deeper into the season, things become clearer. 157, you saw the wrestle-off results. And, both guys will get matches. We got 3 duels coming up. We leave Wednesday, we wrestle Thursday, and then we have 2 on Friday of this coming week. And so Rachi will get at least 1 match. And we'll see where we go from there at 57. 33, I like what I see. But both guys got to be ready, and then you got Ibarra in there too. So all 3 of those guys got to be ready.
What are your thoughts on Rhodes' debut?
Rhodes?
Yeah.
Rhodes is great. Rhodes' finger was pointed 90 degrees the wrong way, but he's tough. I mean, and to handle it the way he did, awesome. But that's what you're supposed to do. When you get an opportunity, you make the most of it. That's not his weight class. He made the most of everything, and he doesn't say much, and that's a great characteristic. Seen and not heard. And I don't mean that, that he doesn't have a voice. We definitely have the welfare of our student athletes at the top of the priority list. What that means, though, is it's whatever you need, coach, and I'll do it. And there's just no question. And we love that.
You scored a lot of takedowns on low-level shots. Was that by design?
We did?
Yeah.
I look at, I tell you what, I'll go back to Teskey because he got caught in a situation that was a stalemate, and they actually gave 2 and then waved it off because the guy was cutting the corner on us. And then the next time he got in on the low ankle, what did he do? He came up through the hips. So without getting too technical here, he made an adjustment. I don't know that the low ankle stuff is by design, but I know one thing: if you do hit low ankle, you better have a knee in an ankle, or you better be coming up through the hips. And Teskey did 3 really good things. There was a ride in the second period where the guy got to his feet right away at the beginning of that period, and he rode it, and he rode him down to the edge of the mat. And that's a big ride right there in a 0-0 match. And then the other one I talked about, and then he made 2. He got his hands locked. You got to know you're still in control there. You can't lock around the chest there, and then getting too high and getting his leg caught. So there's some really good things, but there's a lot of things that we got to sharpen up too. Go back to answer your question. I don't know if I notice that there's more low singles, but like Assad maybe, yeah. Bear, Rhodes, yeah. Teskey, yeah. So yeah, maybe Seabrick, maybe a little bit. I don't know, but you got to come up with that stuff. I mean, you got to come up with that stuff.
Is that a good opener? Is this a good way to open the season?
Yeah. I mean, we got to move forward either way. We want to get our best lineup on the mat. That's a lineup that looked pretty good to me. And we're still we still don't have Rio Woods or Spencer Lee on the mat. So, but it's still November, 13th or whatever the date is. So.
Teskey said he feels better at 133 than maybe he did at 125. Do you think he can be better at that weight than he's been at 25?
I think I said this last week about him. I think he's very, he has a lot of direction in his mind of where he wants to go, and he doesn't hesitate, he doesn't waver, and that's a good quality. So if he says that, then I'm with him. Bottom line is you've got to get better. We got to knock out those 2 mistakes. But really, he that was a pretty solid win, except for the locked hands and then the reversal. You know, so you know, we got to eliminate some of that, and it's more of a slam dunk, and that's what we want. We want slam dunk. So, hey, we're going to Army on Thursday, and then we wrestle Sacred Heart in Buffalo. That's what's next, and that's where we're at. We're gonna bring, more than 10 guys for those 10 weight classes, and we'll see where we're at, and we'll just keep getting better. How's that? Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Tom.